On the 16th of July, 1945, humanity witnessed the testing of a weapon capable of destroying mankind, the atomic bomb. For the first time in human history, a weapon had entered the battlefield that was destined to change the world forever. The physicist who created this bomb was J. Robert Oppenheimer, and he had no idea that the weapon he built would turn out to be so terrifying. A chemist, which led him to Harvard at the age of just 18. Due to illness, he couldn't attend classes for his first year, yet he still completed his 4-year degree in only 3 now I am become death years. Alongside chemistry, he had a deep interest in physics. After Harvard, he went to Germany for research in theoretical physics at the University of Göttingen. At just 23 years old, he completed his PhD. By nature, Oppenheimer wasn't very social. His focus was always on research. When he returned to the U.S., he continued his academic work. At this point, he had absolutely no connection with atomic bombs. But then Hitler rose to power in Europe and tasked several German scientists with creating the world. This is where Albert Einstein enters the story. Einstein sensed this threat and wrote a letter to U.S. President Roosevelt, urging him to build a similar weapon. Otherwise, Hitler could one day dominate the world. After reading the letter, Roosevelt immediately ordered the U.S. military to begin research on an atomic bomb. This project later became known as the Manhattan Project. It is believed that the atomic bomb might never have been created if Einstein had not written that letter. Naturally, one would assume the U.S. Army would choose Einstein to lead the project, but his German roots made them suspicious. They feared he might secretly work against them, so the leadership of the Manhattan Project was handed to Oppenheimer. He strongly agreed with Einstein's concerns and believed America needed the atomic bomb for its security. A secret city was built in New Mexico for the project, known as Los Alamos. The U.S. government poured enormous money into it. In 1945 alone, the project cost over $2 billion, an astronomical amount at that time. This was the most secret mission in U.S. history, and protecting its secrecy was incredibly challenging. A total of 130,000 workers were involved: scientists, technicians, researchers, and lower-level staff, all carefully screened so that no information would leak outside. Everyone was given a fake identity. Even family members were not allowed to know anything. If anyone's real name leaked, they were punished. Letters arrived only at a fake address, P.O. Box 1663, New Mexico, and even official mail did not mention a city name. Incoming and outgoing letters were fully censored. Strict security measures ensured that no one could enter without a pass, and no one could leave without authorization. Even babies born in Los Alamos had P.O. Box 1663 written on their birth certificates. All of this was to ensure that not a single detail about the atomic bomb leaked. Before the Manhattan Project, Oppenheimer had already researched nuclear fission, a reaction where splitting atoms releases unimaginable amounts of energy. Natural uranium, U-238, is one of the heaviest elements. After extensive research, scientists discovered that isolating uranium-235 created an extremely unstable element. When a neutron collides with U-235, it splits, releasing tremendous energy and new neutrons that repeat the chain reaction within microseconds. This entire process results in a massive explosion. Comparing a nuclear bomb to TNT is like comparing an elephant to an ant. Just 1 kilogram of atomic bomb power equals 3,500 kilograms of TNT. The little boy bomb that destroyed Nagasaki would have required 15 million kilograms of TNT to cause similar destruction, a weight no aircraft on Earth could carry even today. However, uranium was limited. So scientists created a new artificial element even more unstable than U-235, plutonium-239. America was in a race against time. World War II was raging, and they feared Germany might complete the bomb first. Finally, on July 16, 1945, the world's first atomic bomb was ready. The test explosion shocked the world. Even Oppenheimer and the scientists who created it were frightened by the power of this weapon. Without fully understanding the consequences, America used atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki the very next month. Over 250,000 people died. 6 days later, Japan surrendered, ending World War II. Now you may think America rewarded Oppenheimer for his achievements, but that didn't happen. Oppenheimer deeply regretted that his creation had taken so many lives. Emotionally shattered, he distanced himself from the world, and because he possessed enormous knowledge, the U.S. feared he might share secrets with others. U.S. agencies began watching him closely. Then the worst happened. In 1949, America's biggest enemy, the Soviet Union, announced its own atomic bomb. The technology had leaked, but the U.S. couldn't figure out how. Suspicion fell on Oppenheimer because his girlfriend had been a Communist Party member and his wife had also been associated. Although Oppenheimer himself had no political interest, he was accused of being a Soviet agent. A full inquiry was launched. There was no evidence, yet the verdict went against him. His security clearance and project rights were stripped away. Einstein and the scientific community protested, but nothing changed. For years, Oppenheimer lived a quiet, isolated life. In 1961, when John F. Kennedy became president, he offered Oppenheimer a fair hearing to restore his clearance, but Oppenheimer refused. Kennedy still honored him with America's highest scientific award, but it was too late. Oppenheimer was diagnosed with cancer and passed away in 1966. His ashes were scattered on a beach in the U.S. Virgin Islands, now known as Oppenheimer Beach. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and share.